On to our final guest for this episode of Elevator Talk. That is Chris Musafavi, who is the founder of IVUSION. IVUSION, I think it's pronounced. IVUSION. Chris, I just destroyed everything. But how are you today?
How are you guys?
We're doing great. Thank you very much for asking. Yes. So, Chris, tell us about IVUSION.
So IVUSION is a functional hydration beverage that was formulated with a group of medical experts. Our team consists of physicians, physician assistants, nutritionists. So with IVUSION, we wanted to revolutionize the beverage industry. We wanted to create something that would provide multiple functions, at the same time be cost-effective and time-efficient. So my background is also in medical field. I was about 10 plus years in medical field, and we noticed we'd have patients come to clinic and get IV fluids and spend about $200-300 on IV fluid and 45 minutes of their time. So we wanted to cut that cost and time. And so what we did was we grabbed the concept of IV fluids and put it inside of a can to make it available to everyone at any time. So especially college students, or athletes, not everyone has time to go spend, that kind of money all the time. We want to cut that cost and time. So we decided that by providing this in a handheld can, it would be a lot easier for everyone. And so what IVUSION does, it provides functions of immune support, it boosts energy, it helps with hangover symptoms, and quite a few other functions that most other hydration beverages cannot claim. It is packed with vitamins, minerals, electrolytes, anti-inflammatories, anti-nausea. It is organic, non-GMO, gluten-free, kosher. It has low calorie, low sugar, low carbs, and we made it something that would be, especially right now because of COVID-19, something that provides a lot of benefits with this amount of vitamins and minerals we put in it to make sure that it gives more than one function.
Chris, multifunction drinks are sometimes difficult to market because sometimes consumers are only looking for one particular function, or it's really hard to place on shelf. Is it a functional beverage? Where does it sit on the hydration? So if you were to distill it down to one primary function that where this product fits on shelf, what would it be? Is it hydration?
It would be just the hydration, yes. So it's pretty, so the main function of this specific can that we have, this line of product, is immunity support and energy. So it gives you a natural boost of energy and provides strong immunity support.
I have so many thoughts when you think about this brand, and I tried to search it up online, but it kept auto correcting to IVUSION,
yes,
or infusion, and so I could never find it. I honestly could not even find the brand online. So it's interesting because when you explain it like this, I couldn't tell immediately from the name, but when you explain it, now it makes sense. IVUSION, like you're fusing together an IV and a fusion drink.
Yes.
Okay. So, I kind of go back to what Ray said, is where would this sit on the shelf? Hydration is one thing. When you say hydration, are you really talking about, the Gatorades of the world, the Body Armors of the world? Are you going to sit in that what's known as really isotonic? Because the functional beverage space is very thin.
Right. So,
and Vanessa, I just shared the link to IVUSION's website. So yeah, go ahead and look at it, and then we'll have Chris respond here.
Yeah.
So if you prevent it from autocorrect, it should take you to on Google, if you just put IVUSION and make sure it does that. It does, for some reason, autocorrects it to infusion. So we're kind of working on figuring that out so it doesn't do that. We have increased our presence online by doing press releases and AdWords and etc. But so what we aim to do with IVUSION is to make a healthy hydration beverage, essentially. So it's to provide hydration for athletes. One of the main reasons we actually created this initially was for hangover, to help alleviate hangover symptoms. And we noticed that there was a bigger market for functional beverage. So we decided that, it does provide immunity support. So we added additional ingredients to cover a few other bases as well. And then we have a new line of product that's coming out in June of 2021. And that would be called, it's called IVUSION Sports. So that will have caffeine and amino acids to provide, that's more aimed towards sports versus this one's aimed towards a healthy hydration.
Is this product sold anywhere yet? Yeah, the packaging is great. Is this product sold anywhere yet?
The packaging is
Yes, it is. So we launched on December 16th, and within 24 hours, we completely sold out. So that was very good news for us, exciting. And we had a new batch that was just produced about a week ago, and currently it is sold on our website. It is sold. We're working. It will be available on Amazon next week, on Walmart e-commerce, and we have small retailers locally in California and Nevada that we're working with. Other than that, mom and pop shops.
And what's the price point per can?
What is the? Yeah, that's what I was just going to ask. What is the price point?
So right now, since we did a small production, we were advised to price it at $3.99 per can. But starting February, we will be reducing the cost to $2.99 per can.
And why do you feel it's sold out? What was the? Obviously, it's you've touched on a trend here, like you said. And that trend is both timely, it's expensive, it takes a lot of time. People like the idea of getting an IV bag, but they don't often know where to go to get one. So how did you tap into a sellout situation? What'd you do there?
So what we did was initially we did a small first batch of production to see like a market test to see how it goes. And we did 1,000 cans, and we realized that as soon as we went live, it just sold out within 24 hours. And even a 24-hour period, there was a time that our whole website just completely shut down because of huge amount of traffic that was very unexpected for us. So we sold out of that initial batch, and then we had to order a second batch, and then because of COVID, it delayed. So now our second batch is available now.
Was that word of mouth advertising? Were you targeting people with ads on IG or Facebook or?
Well, what we did is we started marketing this and kind of getting the word out there about 4 months before we even launched the product. So about, I think it was maybe June or so, we started marketing it on social media, on Instagram. Mostly it was Instagram. We did some YouTube ads. And we did a lot of press releases. So that's how we generated a lot of attention for IVUSION.
Great.
Chris, we've seen the term or the letters IV in a few different beverage brands, some to varying degrees of success. Do consumers understand immediately? I mean, when you look at the can, it seems to me pretty obvious that you are targeting that sort of IV positioning. But is it as clear to consumers at this point?
It is clear. The only thing that we noticed some consumers have an issue with is also the pronunciation of the name. So we are kind of thinking about a few different alternatives here to see what would work best. Because it does throw off, because initially what we wanted to call this was IVUSION IV infused hydration, because that was the whole concept of it. But then we don't want people to think that it's IV fluids, just because of this whole Red Bull situation with the wings that happened. So we decided to call it Hydration Made Simple instead.
Well, I had no problem with the name, as you saw at the start of our conversation. So I think you're probably in all seriousness, Chris, it sounds like you're off to a great start, and wish you all the best going forward. Please stay in touch and let us know if you need anything.
Thank you so much. We would be glad to send you guys some samples and see what you guys think. It comes in right now. We have 2 flavors, mixed berries and citrus orange. So I'll be in touch with Sarah and send you guys some samples.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for your time.
Bye, Chris.
You too. Bye now. Well, Vanessa, 5 brands, 5 entrepreneurs, a pretty diverse group in terms of individuals and in terms of brands and products. Some really interesting concepts. And, just in general, what are your thoughts on what these brands really did well, what these entrepreneurs did well in terms of presentation and their go-to-market strategy? And what are some of the things that you think as a group they all need to kind of focus on if they want to improve and grow?
Yeah, I think one thing that we're seeing here across all of them is that they are very trend oriented. All of these brands are really seizing the day in terms of what these categories have evolved to become or what the pop culture is bringing about. And a lot of the big companies that play in some of these segments haven't caught up to some of the trends. So some of these entrepreneurs have really innovated in a smart way and they're seeing category white space, but pop culture is already aware. In really Projo, I think, and also this last brand, IVUSION, are really two that stand out to me that have really hit the nail on the head with the way that they're presenting their concept and they're kind of crossing over pop culture and what's happening there and some trends. And white space in that category. But I think all of them are going to have, some of them, not all of them, they have to go to a co-packer and they're going to have to make sure that they stop taking on all the duties of operation, CEO, CFO, COO, and chief of sales. The best thing they can do is get out there, sample, and sell their product.
Well, I mean, I think that really encapsulates what we saw today, and again, such great feedback and advice. Vanessa, you're just such a wonderful person speaking with, and you took your time out of your very busy day to be with us today. So thank you so much again.
My pleasure, Ray.
We've done this twice. Can we get you a third time?
You can. I mean, if you're going to be here, absolutely.
I really appreciate that, Vanessa. Thank you so much, and thank you to all of our participants. Thank you to all of our participants today, from Projo to Rabbitown Beverage to Sear Hill to 10 Alkaline Spring Water, and of course IVUSION, which I'm pronouncing correctly this time. Thanks to all watching at home, and thanks to our amazing staff at BevNet and Nosh, our team. You guys are the best. We couldn't do this without you. Signing off for that team, I'm Ray Latif. We'll talk to you next time.